The second episode introduces us to and gives us the origin story for Yennefer. Now, Yennefer's early life is brutal. She's presented as disfigured and unattractive, and she often takes abuse from her stepfather and the local townspeople.
Look at her, no one's ever kissed her.
Could she even stand up straight to do it?
Where are you going, crooked girl? We can teach you. Leave me alone.
This is important because her perceived lack of self-worth all but defines the character and permeates every decision she makes. Yennefer's character begins to take on more depth when she begins to unwittingly manifest magical powers when she's under the influence of strong emotions.
Who are you?
Although she's not currently in control of her powers, the potency of her capabilities draws the attention of the Brotherhood of Sorcerers.
How much for a pig?
10 marks.
How much for this beast?
6.
4.
So, 4 marks.
This brings us to Tessia de Vries, Rectress of Aretuza. Tessia will be mentoring Yennefer and all of the other students during their time at Aretuza, but unfortunately for them, she's cold, ambivalent, and often downright cruel.
Sometimes a flower is just a flower. And the best thing it can do for us is to die. Doralis. Bottle up. Now. Lark, move Doralis aside. Annika, your turn next. Quickly.
I did it.
Piglet, your turn.
Despite her cruelty, Tessia finds it easy to manipulate Yennefer because of Yennefer's low self-esteem and need for approval.
What will you do with it? Nothing. Simply wanted to know that you could control your emotions and get it from the boy.
Yennefer watches Tessia essentially murder 3 of her peers. And is still won over with just a nod and a smile.
You turned my friend into a slug.
Come, push your friend into the pool.
No.
Yes.
Got kicked in his chest. He's a friend of humanity. Humanity. Toss a coin to your witch and pull value plenty. Oh.
As most of the episode is dedicated to introducing us to Yennefer, Geralt's presence is diminished. There are really only 2 events of any note. The first is when he meets the bard Jaskier.
I love the way you just sit in the corner and brood.
I'm here to drink alone.
And Jaskier being Jaskier, he quickly becomes a ubiquitous annoyance.
To stir up a potion so that your lady might get an abortion. Abort yourself! Oh.
That's not a song. It's an abomination!
Come here.
Yeah.
The second noteworthy event involves Geralt being hired to investigate some grain theft.
Leave me be!
You are intelligent. I'll give you that. So I won't kill you. But you can't stay here.
Neither can you.
During this mission, Geralt gets captured, and it's while he's a prisoner that we learn, contrary to the stories that we've heard, the elves aren't living in luxury, they've been displaced.
Do you like my palace? Hmm? Does it live up to the tales you humans tell?
Eventually, Geralt was released, and there's no question that he and Jaskier had a different perspective on the world around them. So let's move on to Princess Cirilla. Cirilla now goes by the name Ciri, and like Geralt, she had a reduced presence in the episode and met a new traveling companion.
From when the white wolf fought,
You're an elf.
I'm Dara.
They came after me with masterful deceit.
And, just like her predecessors, Ciri was also force-fed a little hard reality about her perception of the world.
Hey, no cutting.
Don't touch me. This food was provided by the Queen.
May she rot in hell.
There are elf eaters. I killed them all.
Overall, the biggest takeaway from episode 2 was yet another reinforcement about how ugly the underside of this world can be if you just scratch a little bit at the false veneer. Well, that's it. I will be covering the episodes for the entire life of the show, so if you are a fan, please consider a subscribe, and I will see you after episode 3.